thumbnail said, this season sucked.
You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
I'm just kidding. This season is amazing. It's probably one of the best seasons Fortnite has ever made. Probably the best superhero season Fortnite's ever made. Even better than the Marvel seasons. Some may argue, but as well, I don't think the items are that broken at all. Actually, this season feels more like a Rec 2.0 clone because it had so much spamminess. These Storm Beast pom-poms, or whatever they're called, they were awful for this game, and I don't like this season at all. So Epic's fall on that. Why do you like this season even though they added one item that's spammy? You complain about the season every time. Firstly, when I bring my thoughts out about season, I mention the crap like this kneecapper's broken, these exotics are broken, this laser's annoying, and everything else. That is why Season 2 sucked more. And also, 10 damage, come on, that's structure damage. Just go play Zero Build if you don't want the structure damage. I'm telling you to adapt. Yeah, that's right, I'm going to tell you to adapt. Oh gosh. Yes, I can understand the structure damage was a bit too much for the game and kind of annoying for competitive if you're playing like build tournaments, but still, this season was peak in my opinion. I mean, come on guys, they actually changed the sprites this time. That's actually something we wanted in Season 2, but of course they didn't because that season was awful. I feel like nowadays there might be a Season 2 curse. Or we'll just see. You know what? You gotta know something about Fortnite. Every chapter has one bad season, except for Chapter 4, in my opinion. Oh wait, not that one. Chapter 1's had a bad season. Chapter 2 has probably had more than one or something. I don't know. Chapter 3, I'm not too sure, because people have mixed opinions about that one. People are like, oh, it's the Vibin season, it's the Chrome season. Which one is it? I want to know. In my opinion, it's the Chrome season. I only played that a total of once. Never touched it again. Never played it again. I played Vibin more, obviously. So, then there's Chapter 4, which I don't think there's ever a bad season, but most people will say, oh, it's just the Wilds. When in my opinion, hot take in my opinion, OG season sucked, okay? I'm just gonna say it. The OG season kinda sucked. Chapter 5, almost every season sucked in my opinion. I mean, what I mean to say is like 2 of them were mid, and 2 of them were awful, and only one good season in that entire chapter, which was just Remix, because there wasn't really anything Chapter 5 into it. Come on. And then in Chapter 6 we have Season 2, which some people might not agree with me on that, but you're wrong, because a lot of people have said that this season sucked. And I'm putting it there might be a Season 2 curse. Season 3 had a curse, not by me, but there was originally a Season 3 curse. Ever since, I believe, Chapter 3 or something? I don't know why. All the Season 3s, except for Wrecked, have been really great in my opinion. Yes, I know, Wilds was a bad season. No, it wasn't. I liked it, obviously. Yeah, some of you may put me in a negative direction, but I just had to put my thoughts out on the season. So, Season 3, this current season, obviously doesn't suck any part, because, well, they actually learned from their previous mistake, which was Wrecked and Lawless. And probably the Star Wars season, I don't know. I've changed my mind about that season. But who even knows at this point? They learned from their, mistakes from previous Season 3s, even though I, like I said, had no issues with it. Maybe because I was as casual back then. But anyways, like a lot of people noticed, is that this season has one spammy item. That is called the Storm Beast Pom-Poms. Now, originally, I didn't hate them, and I actually had a lot of fun with them, because players weren't in my face at the time. Now, every person I come against has this thing. I hate that thing so much, man. I'm gonna actually cry. I don't know what Fortnite was thinking. I originally thought it was gonna be like the Doom Island, where only one person can pick it up. I mean, I was kind of right, because we got Superman, obviously, so consider me correct, kinda. But I thought, like, the Storm Beast was gonna work, where, like, you can go onto an island, and then you have to do dances, and then you get to turn into the Storm Beast, and for the rest of the game, unless someone kills you. That's what I thought was gonna happen originally. But nope, they decided to make it into an item, where 2 people can use it. But then they added Superman to the game, and I'm not gonna lie, he kinda sucked at first, but then I finally got to use it when he was buffed. I actually remember when I was on Nick830's live stream on his Shorts channel, and he was like, Superman got buffed! I was actually there, surprisingly. And, then he turned it into a short. I'm in a short, Mom! Well, not really, but that's just a joke. There is a lot of things I like about this season, and a lot of things I don't like about it. And one of the things I like about this season is the Superman item. I don't like Superman at all, but that item was fun. I mean, come on, you got to kill car players. Imagine that with the Storm Beast pom-poms. Whew, that'd be crazy. Speaking of the Storm Beast pom-poms, why are we turning into the Werehog from Sonic Unleashed? Jeez Louise. I mean, obviously, yeah. Apparently, from another YouTube video, this is the second Season 3 where they copied an item from an Overwatch character. Probably never played as them, because I barely play Overwatch at this point. I only play as 2 characters in them, and one of the characters is in my final review for Season 2, kinda. That's when I started making reviews. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna start doing reviews now. And now we're here. And you know what, to be honest, with the bug invasion, I don't know what'll happen next. I don't know if it'll be good, if it'll be bad, if it'll just be mid, or anything. I have high hopes from it since, well, obviously since this season recently was a good season. I don't know why, but all of a sudden I had low expectations for this season. You want to know why? Because Marvel Season 2. Now, if you've never experienced that season, you are lucky. One of my friends that I know has never played Chapter 5 once in his life. You're a lucky ducky, you know that? You're lucky. Because that chapter was awful. And one of the things that ruined the chapter for me was Marvel Season 4. Marvel Season 4 had probably the spammiest I've ever seen. It was probably actually Rec 2.0. But with just no cars at all. That's what I think of this season. The jetpack ruined it all. And yeah, obviously. Star Wars Season fixed the jetpack issue by adding no boost to it. That's good. Ugh, that was a close one. Epic, you would have messed that season up. But obviously, and also because of Lawless as well, that season just being awful, that we all can know from my channel, that I non-stop talk about, always. If we're going to talk about bad seasons, we're going to talk about that. Because that was a bad season. It made me have low expectations for the Lawless season. The Super season. Whatever it's called. Oh yeah, it is called Super. I'm an idiot. I accidentally called it a Super season when it actually is called Super. Now, Fortnite Super is super good. I got myself. But like I said, I had low, thoughts about it. I was like, oh, there's gonna be spamminess. I swear, if everything's spammy, I'm quitting Fortnite. I wasn't even joking. I was gonna quit if everything was gonna be spammy. I was gonna do more game reviews than just play Fortnite and make a video talking about how I quit Fortnite over this brand new season, talk about why it sucks, and everything else. Oh gosh, that's a lot. But then my worries were washed away when I realized how much damage the base boost does. I was so happy. You won't believe how much joy was in my face when I noticed how much damage the base boost did. I was so, happy. I was like, no way. They actually did it? They made an actual balanced item and whatnot. So yeah, I did have low expectations at the start, but then I started to grow. Then the season started growing on me ever since I played it on the first day. Got the umbrella, obviously, but it was late at night. Whatever it is now, it's 9 o'clock here. Obviously, that makes a lot of sense. That obviously Epic learned their mistakes. Because you should not be doing anything wrong with your game. Like I said, OG did suck, yeah, because maybe there just wasn't any updates. Lawless had the same issue. There was just no updates that season. That was just horrible. Most people can agree with me on that, with just no updates, and that the season wasn't good because of that. Basically turning into Chapter 2 2.0. Obviously, Chapter 2 Season 1, but with just more spamminess. Kind of like Wrecked Chapter 2 2.0, kinda. The summer event this season wasn't good, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie with you there. It was not a good, summer event at all. It was a bad summer event. Never should have, done that anyways. You should have done I don't know how to explain it. Kinda similar to Chapter 2's, when they would just not give you only just, summer event, stuff that gives you free items, and actually do something, how, Fortnitemares is. Kinda like that, I meant to say that. You know, last year's summer event was not that bad at all. It was good. So what they should have done is, for the 14 days of summer, something like that, where you put some POIs over here, make it more sandy, not Outlaw Oasis, I don't know. I don't keep up with POIs. Obviously, there was only one medallion last season, obviously, so I don't keep up with most POIs, because medallions. So, obviously, it doesn't suck at all. Back to the 14 days of summer, obviously what they should have done is do the same thing as Fortnitemares, where it puts random POIs on the map, and random stuff for the summer, like ice cream. How it was back in, Chapter 4 when it gave you ice cream? You understand that, right? Then some summer exotics like the summer the summer unstable Fury assault rifle. Kinda like that. When you fight a shrine, who looks like he's ready for the beach, and he wears some, shades on his face, but instead, they could be, sunglasses for his shield, and his guards can be looking ready for the summer, wearing some hats and stuff. And when they want to chill out, they can just use their umbrellas to sit in the sun, and then when they see you, they start to shoot you. That's what they should have done for the summer event. Do this for next summer, actually. That would be very smart. Kinda. So obviously, this season had a lot to it. Some collabs may have sucked, but some of the shops have also may have sucked. But we gotta talk about one thing. Medallions. Now, medallions this chapter hasn't really sucked, except for maybe the Star Wars season, when it just felt like instead of a medallion, it's just the only boon on the map. They didn't touch the Shogun X medallion, so yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because of course not. It would have made sense if Vader was on the island, or Palpatine was, and it looks like a Death Star, but no, that's too much fun. So obviously, that makes no sense at all. So then, they changed the island. And the medallion, obviously, because... Okay, I'm gonna stop saying obviously, I'm gonna try to. Because, of course, they had to. Because we can't have this shield bubble medallion that barely lasts long at all. Come on, man. That's just sad. Why is it sad, though? Oh, wait, they changed it. Korra's medallion is the issue I mentioned. So a video I made probably about 2 months ago, or a month or two ago, was complaining about movement in cars during the Star Wars season. One of the things I mentioned is jumping around. But these, zero build players jumping around, I have to be on zero build because then, or else I'm gonna have to only use Simple Edit, because I'm an idiot buying an Xbox One instead of a Series S. I want to upgrade soon, I don't know. When should I? Let me know in the comments. Anyways. Like I said, obviously, the Korra medallion does kind of the similar thing to Shogun X's medallion, but you have to jump. The Benalium was useless at first, but then I learned that actually it was buffed to where now you can kind of bunny hop, and I tried that and it didn't work. I didn't try it in Battle Royale, I tried it in Blitz and it didn't work somehow. I don't know why. The exotics this season, a little bit handled more than the Lawless season, to where only one person can have it and it's just not all of them, it's only one that you can have. During the Lawless season, one thing I didn't like about the exotics is that almost more than one person can carry more than one exotic. But if you want to get all the exotics in one game, you're gonna have to grind a huge boss fight, and it can probably kill you. So yeah, I think the exotics were handled more than last season. Yeah, I know, some of you are gonna say, oh, they're balanced and stuff. Yeah, I understand that. But how are you gonna use them? That's a very good question, I don't know. So yeah, obviously, the season, oh come on! The season, and any comparison to another season of Chapter 6, is undoubtedly better than any other season that this chapter has had. More than Season 2. Season 1 was alright, probably put it at second place this chapter. Star Wars season will get third. This season will get first. So, let's do the rankings again. Because I think I do this all the time, but I don't know. Let's rank this season's worst to best. Coming in at first, we have, well, this season. Peak season, to be honest, not gonna lie. It's very great. At second place, we have Season 1. Season 1's not bad or anything. I do agree with some people that the season is good, but I just think that Season 3 is a bit more better. Coming in at third, we have the Star Wars season. I know, I called it good, but I regret what I say, obviously. Because when you look at it more, you'll know that maybe it was a little bit of a mid-season, to be honest. Oh gosh, it was mid. And then, at last, the obvious, we have Lawless. Do I even need to talk at all? Lawless was a bad season. Let's just get this out of the way.
Oh yeah, and then somehow I was apparently right somehow because of how bad this season was.
Never, this season will never be good. So yeah, obviously, as you can tell, even though you probably could never hear a thing from that, that season is the worst season of the chapter. I undoubtedly think, well, by far, so far right now, I do think that Season 3 is the best of the chapter, but we'll see what Season 4 is. We'll see if Season 4 will ever be good, or if it will be bad, obviously. Thank you all for watching, everyone. See you next time. Oh gosh.